Today, I'm talking with Sarah about the covenant to serve all people, following the example of Jesus. Why do you think the call to serve is so pressing to the identity of being a child of God?
Jesus did, he was our model, and he's the divine in human form. So what does that mean? The divine in human form was the guy that was going around, healing folks and trying to make them feel better and giving as much love as he could and including them and putting the most vulnerable at the top and the richest at the bottom. That's what Jesus did. That's so if we're followers of Jesus, then that's what we do. To me,
How has living out this covenant shaped you?
what comes to mind most is my experience with Shar. Because it started out, she lived a couple blocks away from me, and she was the bag lady carrying all these bags and trying to hold on to her coffee cup and cookies wrapped up in napkins. And so I gave her a ride, and I picked her up and I brought her home, and then it just deteriorated. So I watched her deteriorate, from being a friend to being just really, really in bad shape. And what started out as a friendship became a really deep relationship with someone who was really mentally ill. And that gave me a lot of patience to go through that, and to it was kind of a trial for me. It wasn't easy, but it was also there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of rewards, so it was difficult, but yet she'd write me these notes, and they were all it was her typical fashion. She'd start out coherent, and then she'd start writing a little smaller, and then she'd run out of what she was supposed to say, and she'd go around the back, and she'd go up and down, and what her friendship meant to her meant a lot to me equally. So when you're helping people, it's not just I'm just giving this to you, and it's you get stuff back. She taught me a lot of things about not judging anybody, about patience, about really deeply caring for somebody when it's really, really tough. All those things she taught me. And so I think, some of the pastoral partners, it's the same thing. Sometimes those aren't easy times to get through, but you get something out of it. You get a connection with somebody, and it means something, and it's not, it's giving back to me too. That same caring that I try and give to somebody, they care for me back. It's equal. It's not like an uneven relationship. It's an equal relationship. I remember Patricia Kessel used to have that Cojourners book club, and she'd always say, it's just about at the beginning of every book club, she'd say, now I always remind myself, what can I do today to be like Jesus? So it's kind of like, okay, let's see, if you're in a hard situation, then, well, it's not kind of like, what would Jesus do? But it kind of is. How do you open your heart to other people?
Thank you, Sarah.